Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, guys and girls. Sorry, I thought I was giving a speech in a stage. Sorry, anyway, because of this Corona time, didn't got any chance for a long time to give a speech. Sorry, my dear kids. Okay, Mr. Raj signing in from this part of the world, Cochin, Kerala, your science teacher. And hi, I hope all of you are doing very well. Staying healthy, staying at home, wearing masks and all, using all that protection gear while going outside, maintaining hygiene and all, washing hands or not. Anyway, it will be great for you if you are doing that. Okay? Okay, my dear kids, again one more time. Again, we are back again for the next chapter of science. How was the last chapter called as motion? Okay, some part was very difficult at the beginning. At the end, I hope that it was not that much difficult. Okay, why I am stopped that chapter in between? Not stopped. The entire theory part is finished. Some numerical parts regarding that graph. Okay, graph only is that 6 graphs are there. Nothing will come. Okay, only that 6 graphs are there. How to draw that 6 graph? Just study that. And marking of graphs, it will be better if we directly do it in a class. Otherwise, anyway, you will have a lots of doubt regarding that marking of graph. Okay? So that we can solve that. Okay, not now. I am simply showing in the board means you will understand only one type of graph. And it's not very difficult regarding that. Okay, once we are together means normal classes starts means we can discuss that in class itself. Otherwise, numericals, I think that 3 or 4 examples I have given, the same numericals will come for exam, but the values will be different. Okay, first you have to think about that, how to rearrange those questions and find the answer. That's the very important part regarding that numericals from the motion. So the next chapter also from physics is regarding motion. Laws of motion of Newton. Both chapters are same. Okay, most of your doubt from the chapter motion will be solved in the next chapter, because in that chapter we will, oh my god, study about the laws of motion, the famous laws of motion of Isaac Newton. Okay. Anyway, I think that all of you are very tired with physics part. Again, come back to the lovable chemistry. Okay, is it chemistry easy or not? Then answer chemistry is easier, very easy, very easy. So next part, next chapter we are going to study. It is about not electricity. It is about is the matter. Second chapter of your non-standard textbook. Second chapter, is the matter around us pure? Is the matter around us pure? It's a very interesting chapter. Okay, very interesting chapter. This is a very basic chapter. So all must listen carefully regarding this chapter. Basic and very simple chapter also. Very simple chapter. If you are a chemistry, not a chemistry student, if you are a science student, most of these things in this chapter you must know. Understand? If you are a science student. Even if you are not wishing to choose science, then also, okay, fine, because they are the basic things. What is salt water? What is milk? What is butter? What is glorified butter? What is ghee? You did. Lots of things we can see in our kitchen, in our daily life, in shops, in hospitals. Lots of chemicals we are seeing. Am I right or not? You must know what is it. Is that good to use? Is that bad to use? Simply we cannot drink all the liquids. Can we drink? Anyway, most of the liquids are edible. But just imagine about concentrated hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. What will happen? So these types of common sense, if you need to study chemistry. And this chapter is very much important, because very much important regarding your future life, not regarding this non-standard. This chapter, like 6 marks will come from this chapter, but lots of basics are there in this chapter. That is very useful for your life. Okay, it will increase your general knowledge and your common sense. Just imagine a human being without common sense, any use? No. So most of the things in science will be very useful in your life also. If you are not, even though you are not opting for science as the main, then also you have lots of things to study in science. Okay, so this chapter is more important. Every chapter is important. Okay, fine. So let's start. Matter around us is pure. So if you have your textbook in your hand, I don't have textbook in my hand, I don't got a textbook, inside a textbook is very difficult to get. Just imagine that in daily life you have heard this word, pure, P-U-R-E, pure, P-U-R-E, pure. You heard that word. Where did you hear that? Wherever you go to market, you go to a supermarket, go to the grocery sections. Grocery means edible sections like food, vegetables, chips, milk, oil, water, what all things, milk, juices. Just go there. Everywhere when you go, you can see 100% pure, 100% glorified, 100% protein, 100% energy, pure water, pure ghee, pure milk, pure coconut oil, pure gingerly oil. Have you seen that? Anyway, if you not seen, just not now, just go to your kitchen after this class and take a bottle of oil or any of the items you are buying from the supermarket and just check. It will be written 100% pure wheat, 100% pure sugar, 100% pure honey. It is written in that wrapper of that products you are buying from the shop. So, is that things really pure? Can we say that they are really pure? Actually, how we can say it is pure? According to our government, according to the common people, if something is pure, it must not have any adulteration. Adulteration means mixing of cheap products. For example, turmeric powder, if you heard about turmeric powder, we will use some extra chemicals like color. Have you seen that Rangoli color? Yellow Rangoli color and turmeric powder is almost same to look. If you look at it, almost they are alike. So if you use that yellow powder in that turmeric powder, only a small amount, nobody will understand, isn't it? Nobody will understand that stage. That is called as adulteration. Okay. Some says that this brick powder, bricks, red brick powder is added into chili powder. All those things are called as adulteration. And this sawdust, dust after cutting the wood we are cutting, isn't it? After that, what dust we are getting, it will be added into the different types of food products. It is called as adulteration. Okay, using harmful and cheap products as a byproduct of original product is called as adulteration. If something is not adulterated, we can say it is pure. In the case of milk, anywhere daily in your home, everybody is having milk, isn't it? From where you are getting? Some of you are getting from your cow. Some of you are getting from your neighbors. Okay, you are buying the milk. And I am sure that your mother or your who is cooking in your kitchen, they would have told you that, oh, see, this milk is adulterated. He mixed water with that. Is it? This milk is not pure. He mixed water with this. That milkman mixed water inside this milk. So it is adulterated. So it is not pure. Understood? So that's the common way of thinking of people about purity of a material. If we adulterate, it is impure. It is not adulterated, it is pure. But in science, actually, that's not the definition. So what is the real meaning of pure? If all those things are really pure, milk, is it pure? Is it? Ghee or glorified butter, is it pure? So let us find an explanation regarding science, how to mention all those things. So we can divide a lots of things into pure and impure form. Okay. So first, we want to study about matter. Last chapter was about matter. Okay. Or anything that occupies a space and which has a mass is called as matter. You already studied that. Example, what? Water, metals, living beings, human beings, air, rock, sand, everything is a matter. So matter is divided into two, basically. Pure substances and impure substances. Okay, let's see what is it. Pure substance means a substance in which only one kind of particle is present. think about this. Okay. Anyway, the detailed class I will explain all. This is only an introduction class for this chapter. Pure. Something is pure means only one type of particles must be there. For example, the case of pure metals, we can say pure metals. If you are extracting metals out of the ore, for example gold, the gold which you are getting from our shop, that is not pure because copper is added into that gold. It is not pure. Pure means only one type of particles must be there. In that case, only the particle of gold must be there. The case of iron means only the particles of iron must be there. Understand? The iron which we are seeing around. Okay, our windows are made up of iron. Some of the tables, chairs, knife is made up of iron. But that is not the purest form of iron. Okay, don't think that it is the purest form. No, actually it is not purest form of iron. It is a mixture of carbon, manganese and iron. Understand? It's a alloy, and you can say it is an alloy of iron. Understand? If we mix manganese to iron, it will become strong. Pure iron is not very strong. If I give pure iron rod to you, you can easily bend it out. So iron is not the purest. The iron which we are seeing in our life is not the purest form. So, for example, all the elements are pure. Okay, oxygen gas, it is pure. Hydrogen gas, it is pure. Iron, only iron, it is pure. Gold, it is pure. Understood? Sodium, a chunk of sodium, only sodium, it is also pure. Chunk of potassium, pure. Understand? And one more example is there. Water, is it pure? I will tell water is pure. Even though water contains hydrogen and oxygen, but all the particles of water is what? Hydrogen and oxygen, or H2O. Okay, all the particles are H2O. So pure substances can be elements or compounds. Okay, just remember this in mind. Okay, pure substances can be elements at the same time, compounds also. For example, carbon dioxide. Okay, if a cylinder contains only carbon dioxide, it is pure because no other thing is there. Understand? So, can you give examples for unpure substances? Anyway, a lot of things are there. Anyway, milk is a good example for unpure substance. Salt water. The tea we are drinking. Tea. Unpure or not? Yes. Because it contains what? Tea contains milk. Tea contains water. Tea contains tea leaves. Tea contains sugar. In some cases, some ginger or cardamom or extra ingredients are there to bring up the flavor of that tea. So it is not pure. Understand? It is a mixture of lots of things. So it is called as mixtures or pure. Unpure, sorry. So let us see what is an element. So element is a substance which cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances. So element cannot be split up. For example, H2O is a compound. It can be split into hydrogen and oxygen. But H2O is not an element, isn't it? H2O is a compound. Hydrogen and oxygen is being split from H2O. This hydrogen we cannot split. This oxygen we cannot split because it is an element. Understand? That type of things are called as element. Understood? For example, in reality we can split hydrogen elements. Understand? In reality we can split hydrogen element. That is called as what? Like nuclear fusion. Not there, no. In fusion we are not splitting it, we are fusing it together. Two hydrogen atoms is fused together to form one hydrogen atom. And huge amount of heat is evolved. We use that to make hydrogen bombs and all. The same reaction happening in our sun. Leave it, it is rocket science. It's higher science, not for you. In reality we can split the elements. For example, uranium can be split. That is nuclear fission. Nuclear bomb. Heard about atom bombs and all? Atom bombs are made by nuclear fission or splitting of these elements. Okay, leave it. For now, we just studied elements means something which we cannot split, very small. That is called as element. For example, hydrogen element, oxygen element, iron, gold, carbon, all are called as elements. So next one, example for element. Metals and non-metals, we can say. Metals, for example, iron, copper, aluminium, zinc, all these things are example for metals. Non-metals, some elements which are non-metals, all the gases, almost all the gases, isn't it? For example, hydrogen, oxygen, helium, neon, all these things are non-metals. One more types of matter is there, that is called as what? It's also an element called as the metalloids. Metalloids means semi-solid. They are not fully solid. For example, like sodium. Sodium is not 100% solid. Sodium is not 100% liquid. It's a mixture of both. That's why it is called as metalloids. So these are called as metalloids. These are also a particular part of element. So next one, what is a compound? I think you studied these things in 6th standard, isn't it? Compounds and elements. Elements is in the purest form, which we cannot split. Compound means the combination of 2 or more elements is called as compound. For example, water, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride dissolved we are eating, sodium plus chlorine, NaCl. Isn't it? It is called as what? It is called as compound. Mixture of 2 or 3 elements are called as compounds. For example, easy example is water. So next, another thing is there. What is a mixture? M-I-X-T-U-R-E, mixture. Okay, you heard about that thing we are eating. Yes, that is also a mixture. Have you seen that thing? There's a lots of thing inside that. Okay, not only one types of particle. The same mixture, I don't know what you say in local language for that. The same mixture we are eating, it has a lot. That's why it is called as mixture. Okay, it's a combination of lots of things. Peanuts is there. And flour of what? What all things, I don't know the real names of that. What all things are there, all those things are there inside it. At least 4 or 5 items are there. Isn't it? Curry leaves are there, chili powder is there, pepper powder is there, coriander powder is there, turmeric powder is there, salt is there. In some cases, sugar is there. And what all things? Gram is there. Right or not? That's why it is flakes is there. That's why it is called as mixture. Okay, combination of 2 or more elements or compounds. Okay, lots of elements and compounds is togetherly mixed. That is called as mixture. For example, easy example is salt water. Okay, or sugar water or a lime juice. It's a mixture. So mixtures are also divided into 2: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So what is the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture? Homogeneous and heterogeneous, I am not taking it too much because it needs explanation. I will show the diagrams and all regarding this. Okay, homogeneous mixture, those mixtures in which the substance are completely mixed together and particles are not distributed uniformly is called as homogeneous mixture. One second. Okay, for example, in the case of take a glass of water, put some salt into it. 1 spoon of salt. Stir it well. After a few minutes, just check. Can you identify anything? Anything changed in that water? If by looking, we cannot see anything because it's the common water itself. Understand? There is no physical change. We cannot see any change in color. Understand? We cannot see any change in density. We cannot see any change. Density is there. We cannot see any change in the volume of that water. Such type of mixtures are called as homogeneous mixtures because physical change we cannot see anything. For example, salt water. The next case is heterogeneous. Even though we mix us, it will get separated. It be separated. For example, if we are mixing what? Chalk powder with water, what will happen? Chalk water will become small particles, but it won't dissolve in water. Understand? If we mix it, we can see a white liquid. After a few seconds, what will happen? All the chalk powder will come down. Understand? The same thing happen if we mix sand with water. Sand. Yes, what will happen if you stir it well? It will The sand particles will move here and there, but after a few seconds what will happen? It will come down. Such mixtures are called as heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, I think that is enough. Anyway, this is too much for an introduction. Okay, pure and impure things are there. Pure means only one particles are there in that particular matter. Impure means there is a lots of particles. Example for pure means water, carbon dioxide, iron in its purest form, gold in its purest form, copper, aluminium, zinc, all the elements are pure. Some of the compounds are pure, like water is pure, carbon dioxide is pure. For example, take the sodium chloride salt, but only sodium chloride salt must be there. Understand? In our salt we are buying from the shop, there is lots of other chemicals also is there. So it is not, really it is not pure. There is lots of poisonous substance inside that salt. Okay, adulteration is happening in even salt also, just imagine that. Okay, that's the end of this class. Next class we will begin the chapter. I hope this is an easy chapter, very easy chapter. Okay, very easy chapter. Not that much equations and all, only theory. Only theory is there. Okay, chemical equations also not there. Okay, chemical equations also not there. Only theory part is there. We give the notes, just study the notes, that's it. You get full marks. Easy to score full marks for this chapter. Okay, so my dear kids, that's it. Today anyway, I won't give any homework. Want any homework? Okay, do one thing, complete the entire notes of this motion. Okay, complete the entire notes of the motion and be prepared till Saturday for exam. Okay, there will be a test of motion. Okay, not a Saturday, Monday I will put. Motion is a bit difficult chapter, take your time. Okay, finish all those numericals and all, copy it into your science notebook. That notes I have given regarding motion also you want to copy, that's also very important. It's a big chapter I know, difficult chapter I know, but you must study anyway, it's your syllabus. Okay, I didn't put that, the government put. Okay, don't blame me about that. So that's it my kids, bye bye from this part of the world. Mithun Raj signing off. Stay home, stay safe, okay, and study well and try to score maximum marks. This chapter that we are studying now, this is the fourth chapter and it is very easy to score full marks. Okay, so go through each and every part of this chapter and try to score full marks. See you again. Till then, bye bye, goodbye, and Jai Hind.